Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Thursday, October 8th, 2020. I'd like to bring you a horrific story. It's pertaining to a child. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to the New York Post. Father charged with raping, killing 10-month-old daughter. A Pennsylvania father was arrested for raping and killing his 10-month-old daughter, allegedly waiting an hour to call the cops. As he searched terms like "my baby isn't breathing," police said. Austin Stevens, 29, was charged with involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, rape of a child, aggravated assault, aggravated indecent assault, endangering the welfare of a child, and other offenses, NBC Philadelphia reported. His daughter, Zara Scruggs, was found unresponsive in his Lower Providence Township home on Saturday night. The infant was taken to Einstein Medical Center, Montgomery, and pronounced dead at 12:12 a.m. Sunday, less than 2 hours after he called 911. An autopsy on Sunday determined that Zara was sexually assaulted and suffered blunt force trauma to the head. The cause and manner of death is still pending. The girl had been picked up from her grandparents' home in Norristown and taken to Stevens' apartment, which had no heat or hot water for the night, NBC reported. Stevens, a youth football coach in the area, allegedly Googled if baby stopped breathing. What if you don't hear a baby heart or beat? My baby isn't breathing. And how do you know if a baby is dead? For nearly an hour before calling 911, investigators found. He also chatted with two women on social media and text during that time about topics unrelated to the baby. This case is deeply disturbing. It is hard to imagine this child's death being any more traumatic. Sexual assault on an infant, followed by inaction by the father to save her life, led to her death, Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele said. Stevens is being held in Montgomery County Correctional Facility on $1 million bail. His next court hearing is October 13th, and that is next week. If you need a source, in the New York Post is the source for if you need verification for the storyline. Sorry, tongue-tied at the moment. Where do I start? I bring you all many stories on here about life in general, different walks of life, people who have done horrible things to other human beings. But the worst type of human is one that would harm a child. The fact that he is a father, and had joint custody of this child, and raped his child, and beat his child in the head, and then waited 2 hours to call for help, tells you everything you need to know about him. 2, the fact that he is also assistant coach for a football team for small children. One could wonder, has he also physically and sexually assaulted those young boys? And don't get it mistaken, a pedophile will rape a boy and a girl if that is his choosing and his liking. And that's not to be graphic or disrespectful, but sometimes people get it misconstrued when they hear of a male or female sexually assaulting and raping a child. They may think it's only that one male versus male, female versus female. It doesn't matter. If they like both sexes, that's what I'm trying to say, they will assault both sexes. And we have seen that in many cases pertaining to men and women who have raped children. So here we have a father with a 10-month-old beautiful baby girl. You will see the picture in the said article. A gorgeous baby, 10-month-old, who has been sexually assaulted by her own father. There's just no words for this situation. I'm just looking at her picture. 10-month-old baby girl. Her name was Zara. Beautiful baby. Gorgeous. Now, she is no longer living because a judge felt fit to give joint custody to this person. I don't know if he has any other offenses or any other criminal records. I didn't get any mention of the mother or why there was joint custody. I'm sure that will come out eventually. But this is a sad situation. And the fact that he didn't have any heat or water in his apartment. So how was he bathing? How are you going to bathe the little girl? Okay? How are you going to bathe her? How are you going to flush the toilet? You see, this is nonsense. And this fool had joint custody of this child. And this is even more crazy. He's taking this child into his home without heat and water, and sexually assaulting her and beat her to death. So you see, once again, a horrific story about a small child in the care of someone that's supposed to love her, which was her father. I don't know the dynamics of the situation, as I said, with the mother, but nonetheless, this child was in custody of a parent, legal custodian, and she was in a home with no heat and water, staying with this father, and then also sexually assaulted and beat to death. And the fact that he Googled several situations pertaining to the death of a child, or incidents pertaining to a child, proves he did it. The nerve to be talking to other women while the child was lying there dead, dying, who knows? Won't know that until they give an autopsy and give the time of death. But nonetheless, this is ridiculous, sickening, heinous, every negative word you can come up with. This is the world we live in. You do not know people. You don't know your mama, your daddy, your husband, your boyfriend, your baby daddy, your cousin, your neighbor, your teacher. You don't know people. Now let's think about all those parents of those children playing football on the team that he is an assistant coach. Now imagine what's going through their minds. Imagine what's going through the mind of the mother of the child, the grandparents who released the child into his custody because he went and picked the child up. Imagine that. When they say there's no rest for the weary, they meant that. We are in sad and desolate times. And with all that's going on in the world, with COVID, people being sick, people still dying from this virus, the crime rate in America, the heinous crimes being enacted against other humans, and now the rape and beating of a baby, it can't get no worse. Prayers to this child's family, praying for justice for this baby, and also this thing that raped his baby and beat his baby to death. I don't give a damn about him. I don't give a damn what happens to him. They could throw him down a flight of stairs and light him with gasoline. It wouldn't bother me none. Because there comes a point when, whether you're a child of God, you believe in God, you're a Christian, whatever your faith is, this right here, this don't get no pass. This right here don't get no pass. I want to send a shout out to Planet of Fake and Asicia. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing my video pertaining to Breonna Taylor. The rumors pertaining to Breonna Taylor. I am very humbled by that. I thank you so much for sharing my video, Planet of the Fake and Asicia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. I am grateful. I'm grateful also to the rest of you who watch me and comment. And for those of you who may not even like my commentary, that's cool too. Because as they say in the street, what you eat don't make me fat, okay? Ding! Thank you all for everything. God bless all of you. Mask up. Stay safe out there. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining me. Have a blessed weekend. If I don't jump back on tomorrow. And this is Everyday Shenanigans. Keep a watchful eye out on the children. Please do that. If you don't do anything else, watch out for the little ones. They are vulnerable and unprotected by some who are supposed to be their guardian and parents, and we have to watch out for them. Don't think of it as meddling and being messy. Do what you know is right. Not think, but what you know. God bless all of you. Thanks for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.